But I'd like to quote something that you said to some students in Vancouver, because it explains so very succinctly how what we're doing, the people in this room are doing, can affect society at large for the better. You said to these kids, this kind of education, education of the heart, can teach affection and a sense of responsibility. It's important for your own happiness and for your family's happiness. As families become more compassionate, society becomes more compassionate. And this is for the survival of humanity.
When we say that 50% roughly for aggressivity is the genes and 50% the environment, that's of a passive exposure to the environment.
What's that?
With family. But now, if we actively and with the sense of direction and purpose, say, train our mind, that will add, but that will diminish the 50% of genetics through the expression of genes. So in fact, it's not as engraved in stone as it might seem.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah, so
Okay.
if you change the environment, of course you will change the role of genes, because it's a different environment that you're creating. So genes are always relative to the environment when we assess their role. So it's never per se, it's always in relation to the environment. So.
But here it's inner environment. I mean, it's not like just, we are actively...
Yes, exactly. So you change the environment, you'll change the role of genes, likely.
I mean, there's another important point here, which is that if something is genetic, it says absolutely nothing about the ability of the environment to change it. Mm-hmm. So something can be 100% genetic. We know that there are certain disorders like PKU, it's a metabolic disorder, which can be completely changed by diet. So just because something is genetic says nothing about its ability to be transformed. Nothing.
Yeah, but the fact remains that those who carry those genes are more disposed towards that particular issue. Similarly, in the case of character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it simply says it's just the issue of malleability. Or
The question I was going to ask Michelle is, the gene environment interplay, the complexity and all the rest, we can intervene, but is there a point at an age, say for example, 20 or 25, whatever it is, beyond which there's not much you can do? I mean, is there a longitudinal study says that if you miss the window of opportunity for intervention at this age, beyond that, it's your bad luck?
Well, the brain science would say, n'est-ce pas, that you still have new changes in the brain in very old people, right? So
yes, definitely.
So it's not over until it's over, so to speak. But I think the main point that Richie made, and I think I was about to make in my presentation, is that a window of opportunity is early childhood. There's a lot that we can do to change things before they get consolidated by different developmental processes, crystallized in a way into the person. So early childhood should be, we should think about early childhood as a
However, I'd add to that. But isn't it also true that the emotional and social circuitry of the brain continues to develop and mature into the mid-20s, which makes another window of opportunity during the school
adolescence.
years?
Absolutely.
Yes.
남주 짜바첸 다디 로셔바다 개바신 배지 개바시지 change human brain I think fully developed then the ability analyze so I think young age difficult so that's more profound more stable I think young age, some kind of influence from other without much conviction.
And that really doesn't develop until the late 20s.
Yes.